The initial view of the Amazonian rainforest often portrays an impenetrable ancient barrier, a place where early civilizations, limited by poor soil and dense humidity, could only exist as small, fleeting nomadic groups. This assumption has permeated academic thinking for generations, supporting the belief that large, settled, and organized urbanism was simply a geographic impossibility for pre-Columbian societies in the lowlands. Such dismissive views often undervalued the ingenuity and historical presence of indigenous Amazonian cultures. However, this entire framework of an empty wilderness was predicated on the limits of our own vision. Traditional archaeology, relying on ground excavation, could only scratch the surface of sites, making the true scale of ancient habitation utterly invisible beneath the vast jungle canopy. We simply lacked the tools to see the truth. That truth, now revealed by modern science, is that a complex, powerful, and extensive civilization flourished in the Amazon, proving that human capacity for sophisticated engineering was already established there thousands of years ago, challenging the very core of what we think we know about the continent's past. This is the story of how laser light uncovered the oldest and largest complex society ever confirmed in the Amazonian lowlands. Make sure you don't miss the rest of this journey into the ancient world. Hit that subscribe button for more history that's constantly being rewritten. To see what the Amazon was truly hiding, archaeologists turn to a technology that can penetrate the rainforest's dense roof: light detection and ranging, or LiDAR. Unlike traditional aerial photography, which is useless beneath the canopy, LiDAR uses sensors mounted on planes or drones to fire billions of rapid laser pulses down at the Earth's surface. While most of these pulses are stopped by leaves and branches, a few laser returns inevitably find their way through small gaps, hitting the actual ground. A computer then meticulously records the precise time it takes for these ground-level pulses to bounce back to the sensor. By calculating the difference between the canopy reflections and the ground returns, scientists can effectively strip away the vegetation layer, generating a high-resolution, three-dimensional digital elevation map of the terrain that reveals every subtle shift in topography. This process is literally how researchers saw through the jungle, uncovering the hidden shapes of human-made structures, roads, and earthworks that had been perfectly concealed for 2 millennia, proving that the tools of civil engineering were present in the Upano Valley all along. The Upano River Valley in eastern Ecuador, nestled in the foothills of the Andes, was an area that archaeologists had long suspected held signs of ancient human habitation. However, when initial ground surveys conducted 2 decades ago suggested the presence of hundreds of small earthen mounds, the sheer scale of the findings remained elusive, hidden by the impenetrable jungle. It took the power of LiDAR to transform those scattered observations into a cohesive, jaw-dropping map of an entire ancient metropolis. The aerial laser scans successfully mapped over 300 square kilometers of the dense rainforest, revealing not hundreds, but more than 6,000 rectangular earthen platforms. These platforms, some measuring approximately 66 by 33 feet, served as the foundations for residences and ceremonial structures that supported a massive, settled population. The Upano people were living in a vast, interconnected urban landscape, a revelation that places the complexity of this Amazonian civilization on par with other classical urban centers of the period, but with architecture unique to this environment. The estimated population of this network ranged from 10,000 to possibly 100,000 residents, establishing it as the oldest known complex agrarian society in the Amazonian lowlands, predating similar complex settlements by over a millennium. The real mark of sophistication for the Upano civilization wasn't just the sheer number of their structures, but the comprehensive urban planning that knit them together. LiDAR mapping exposed a meticulous network of massive, engineered earthworks designed to sustain a high-density, settled population over a long period. These weren't haphazard encampments. The platforms for the residential and ceremonial structures were arranged around low, square plazas intended for community activities. More importantly, these centers were connected by an integrated infrastructure system, featuring wide, intentionally dug roads that spanned kilometers across the rainforest floor. These main roads measured approximately 10 meters or 33 feet across, and some stretched continuously for distances of 10 to 20 kilometers, demonstrating an incredible feat of logistical planning and coordinated labor. Complementary to the road network were carefully constructed drainage canals. This system was vital because it was used to drain the surrounding agricultural fields, allowing the Upano people to cultivate staple crops like maize, beans, and yucca in an environment previously thought incapable of supporting such intense agriculture. The ability of this society to manipulate its difficult environment through sustained engineering, managing water and soil on a grand scale for over 1,000 years, is the clearest indicator of their advanced land management capabilities and centralized social structure. The time frame of the Upano civilization is perhaps the most captivating aspect of this discovery. Archaeological dating confirms that the settlements in the Upano Valley, hidden until now by the dense rainforest, flourished approximately between 500 BCE and AD 300 to 600. This means that this complex Amazonian society, with its intricate road networks, large organized platforms, and sophisticated agricultural engineering, was thriving not in isolation, but at the exact same time as other great world empires were reaching their peak. Specifically, the Upano civilization was a contemporary of the height of the Roman Empire in Europe. To envision it, while the Roman Republic transitioned into the imperial age and built its legendary road system across the Mediterranean, the Upano people were simultaneously constructing their own comprehensive network of 10-meter-wide highways and drainage canals thousands of miles away in the South American rainforest. This alignment fundamentally shifts our perspective, forcing us to place indigenous Amazonian history not in some isolated, minor timeline, but right alongside the foundational classical societies of the Old World. It establishes the Upano people not just as early inhabitants, but as one of the world's major complex urban centers of the classical era, a fact that had been completely overlooked until LiDAR granted us the ability to finally see their monumental achievements. Ultimately, the revelation of the Upano metropolis forces a profound and permanent reevaluation of the ancient world. For centuries, the dense rainforest has been a blind spot on the map of complex human history, leading historians to dismiss the possibility of large-scale urbanism and coordinated engineering in Amazonia. The success of the Upano people, who sustained a complex society of tens of thousands of people for over a millennium, fundamentally discredits this long-standing narrative and challenges the colonial-era prejudice that viewed indigenous Amazonian cultures as inherently primitive or limited in their capacity for large-scale social organization. By confirming that the Upano civilization was a thriving, organized contemporary of classical Europe, this discovery places pre-Columbian South America firmly at the center of the global classical era. It underscores a crucial lesson for archaeology in the 21st century. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Many of the most stunning chapters of human history have simply been waiting for the right technology, the laser eye of LiDAR, to reveal them, shifting the focus from lost cities to the recognition of ancient achievements that were hidden in plain sight. The story of Upano is a story of human ingenuity, resilience, and the power of technology to recover a forgotten heritage. If you found this exploration into Amazonia's hidden past compelling, please let me know by hitting the like button, share this video with a fellow history enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to Ancient Odyssey for more groundbreaking discoveries that are constantly rewriting the history books.